Hello everyone, Mr. Gentleman here, and here we are for another episode of Final Fantasy IV. In the chat I see Charlie Fox, Subledger, True Alfarius, Mediker, and the rest of you. Thank you very much for joining me. And we are going to get right into it. Let me know how I'm sounding, guys. Just want to make sure that I'm sounding good. Right now I'm heading back into the Dwarven Castle. And let's hear about a strange old man in the infirmary. I wonder who that is. Okay, anyone else have to say about him? And, okay, yes, I am okay. Let's head up. Just making sure the chat can hear me, right? Because right now, there is a delay. So I just want to make sure that you all do hear me. Just stopping to ask in chat. Let's head up here into the infirmary. And let's head over and we find that Cid is somehow alive. As we've been joking throughout this entire playthrough, no one quite stays dead. Cid is here, even though he blew himself up, strapped himself in a bomb, fell from the sky, somehow he had 1 HP left, and made it back to the Dwarven Castle. And he's hungry, apparently, torturing these poor Dwarven nurses. Who's the old fart? Yeah, I like the little interactions in this game. It's one of those things that make the party do really feel like they talk to each other, they interact with each other, and they tend to be like rather funny, especially when anyone has an interaction with Edge. Kane's like, yeah, it's true, he's a prince. Yes, Edge, I'm sure you are. Fist pump. So Rydia's got you whipped. Oh, there's that shipping. Right, we're basically explaining the situation to Cid. Yes, maybe he did have a lot of high potions. He just, he was stocked up when he fell. Maybe he just had he had a phoenix down right when he hit the ground. Hello, Ultra Zappy, Thomas Hayes, Drakenzon. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the live stream, actually. We can't cross the magma, and Cid is going to help us one last time. Somehow he goes from being injured to being able to walk around. Well, so Cid does not care about being at full health. He seems fine. Yeah, apparently. How are you all in the chat doing today? Playing anything interesting? Anything different from last time? We get a pretty much an extended scene here where Cid bosses around the dwarves. He doesn't even get the male dwarves. He gets all the nurses to come out and help him work on his ship. Yeah, this is always good that he forces Edge to work as well. Ooh, let me turn my phone off. There we go. As I was saying before about playing anything different, I'm really tired of like open world games, especially Western open world games. I've been tired of them for years. But finally, after all this time, hey, Cecil, help that dwarf up. Don't just watch. But I'm finally in the mood for Spider-Man for PS4, so I actually ordered it. Should be arriving tomorrow, so I'm looking forward to seeing, if it was as good as people say. Cid has completed the modifications on our ship, and he's returned to bed. Oh no, he's died! No, he's okay. Again, he's under the age of 65. Yeah, overworked himself is one way to put it. Alright, we now have that. He shouldn't have done that. Probably not, but we are grateful he did. Strange indeed. Alright, let us head up. I want to use the inn. I kind of forgot to grind in between episodes, but Rosa is almost level 35, so we should be okay. There is a specific reason we want her at that level, which we will see in a moment. First, let's walk to the entrance. Let's head on up. I can run this part, that's fine. Getting used to older controllers is weird. I'm very much used to the modern stuff. Even after playing all these NES and SNES games, I'm still not quite used to the controllers. Anyway, now we can fly over magma, and we have another dwarven town down here. Hey Tom Poos, welcome. And here we have Tomra. We came on an airship. Didn't you see it coming by? Let's talk to this. I like how they have purple armor here. Makes them seem like their own culture. Well, your lava seas are disturbing, sir. Let's talk to this person. Interesting. In fact, this episode we will be doing a lot of that side content, such as the Fey March, and the Sylph Cave, as this person mentions. We just want to be friends. Isn't that always a tragedy? Okay, nothing else here. There are a few pieces of equipment I do want to pick up here. Ones that will hopefully make the upcoming dungeons a lot easier than they can be. Oh, my bag is full. That could be a problem. Let's see. Ooh. Okay, well, we do have a lot of stuff to sell, so let's quickly go through that. Yeah, we can sell this. Both of these. We're never going to use the bomb cores. Yes, this as well. I see Final Fantasy Type 0 being discussed. It was alright. I guess that's one way to put it. I know a lot of people love the game. There are certainly interesting aspects. Trying to take, Final Fantasy ideas and concepts and sort of placing them within a sort of realistic war situation. Yeah, it's interesting and it's worth a play. If you can get it for a good price, then definitely get it. But at full price, I'm not sure I would recommend it personally. This, don't think I'm going to use the Blood Sword. I do think it's one of those games that definitely, wanted to take advantage of the whole, being in school type thing, which can be good. Though I don't think many games have done, the school story as well as I like them to. I have some specific ideas on how I do them. As for non-RPGs, though, I am a big fan of Danganronpa. Those are, pretty good school games. The writer of those games, he did a great job with them. Okay, I think I have enough of what I need of items. Yep, that should be fine. Let's head on up. We say hi-ho. Yeah, apparently they do have their own culture. Yeah, you know, I do like little things like that. That, you know, they do little things differently, even though they're both part of the same race. Okay, let me just... I do have a list of... Or I did have a list of equipment that I made sure I wanted to get. Let's see. Yes, I do want to get silencing arrows. Let's get 2 of those. Well, 20 of those. Let's, one moment. And, yes, I do want the Ashura. Let's equip those very quickly. No, he has the Ashura. Okay. And I want to equip Rosa definitely with the silencing arrows. These will be very useful, actually, within the upcoming dungeon. You know what? I'm gonna even buy 10 more, just to be safe. And we could go outside to go to the other store, or we can simply just walk through the walls. Completely normal, of course. I do it in my house all the time. Oh man, the NPC came through the way. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Alright. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Ooh, low on money. And I'll take one of those. Okay, should be good now. Let's just quickly equip Cain. And we should be on our way after this. For what is considered one of the most annoying dungeons in the game. Oh man, I'm forgetting the name of it. The Sylvan Cave. It has quite a reputation. Let's go to Cecil. Let's quickly equip him. Power ring. Alright, I think we're good. I just want to make... some take a last minute look. See what everyone else has. That rune ring will help in the near future. Let me go back. I might need to go back to the castle. Hopefully not. Hey, GBAer. Hope you're doing well. Hope all of you are doing well. Yeah, Andrew Koss, I know that I need ruby rings for this section. They are extra helpful. I think I may have sold a few of them, though. You know, I'm going to do a quick run back by the Dwarven Castle. And then, because I think they sell them there. Because they do help out a lot. I do have them for the girls and for Edge. But I would really like one for Cecil. Let me just quickly run here. Should be easy thanks to the preemptive strike. Just quickly run up to the shop. How's the heat in your guys' areas, where you guys live? Because right now, it is humid in New York City. Like, it really hit us. It's actually very uncomfortable outside. Sell these off quickly. No, I want to save that. And buy. Yes, they have 1, 2. I think I may have sold the extra ones earlier. Because these are right now more... No, they can't use the rune ring. But they can use the... I think they can use the ruby. Right. As long as they have one or the other, it's fine. Okay, he can use it. And then, no, you have a rune ring. What about you, Rosa? Yes. Okay. This works out a lot. Rune. And then we'll give Kane Ruby. You will see why this is very important in a minute. Because if not, the next part is absolutely frustrating. It's quite annoying. Like, a lot of people, I think, dread this part of the game. If you come in, like, really unprepared. Let's go 10. Yeah, Andrew Costa has the right of it. But we should be okay. Okay, now we are great. Alright, let's be on our way. And here we go. Oh wow, Tampus, you're from France. I did not know that. I get so many people from different time zones. It's very interesting. But hey, it's a great way of meeting people around the world. Alright, check my HP. Save. Okay. And here we go. These, you know, forgot to do the Retron save. Okay. And here we go, the Self Cave. Now you see those green spots? They do damage to me. And right now I do not yet have Float. Oh my gosh, why is my thing reversed? I must have done that in the menu by accident. It's okay. Self-cane attack. Ooh, that one speed. Yeah, these guys are not tough, but this is going to be quite a toady episode. You're going to see why. Ultra Zappy, I wrote that part of me out of canon. Interesting. Okay. Thank you, Rydia. And as you can see, they're all frogs. We're going to see that quite a few enemies in this dungeon. Pretty much, you know, function in the same way. There are a lot of frog weaknesses, which makes our lives a lot easier here. Because otherwise, the enemies here, they can be quite damaging. They can do a few things that that really can hit hard here, or they can unleash some status elements that are not too friendly and can waste a lot of time. Whoa, these guys gain do these guys naturally have this much HP? Or did that happen when they became frogs? Interesting. Because you would think like these enemies are like really minor. But they're tanking like 1,000 damage. Right. Would you say Rosa's underleveled at this point, Andrew? I would think she's about on level. I took a peek at H.C. Bailey's walkthrough for this game. Well, one of his. He has like 3 walkthroughs for Final Fantasy IV, like for different versions, and he was about level 34 at this point as well. I personally like the Bloodlance, Andrew. It allows for that extra little bit of healing, and it lets Rosa focus on everyone else. At least it works out for me. Bessetary. Yeah, and you see that we can't get that last chest for now. Really interesting design choice. Let me check Rosa. Just want to check her experience. She's almost there. She'll be there in a moment. For now, we have to tank a little bit of damage. Sev 5458. I love Chrono Trigger. Chrono Trigger is fantastic. forgot to switch my rows, but it actually worked out this time because I got back attacked. And there goes Edge. I love Chrono Trigger. Really great, a really interesting game. I think it's one of those games where it's no one thing that makes it particularly excellent. I think it's a million little things that really make the game interesting. Like, like, I could talk, like, for a long time about a lot of little things. Like, the sound effects in Chrono Trigger are so unique. Like, there's nothing else that sounds quite like it. Like, the animations are absolutely fantastic for the Super Nintendo. And I like the mix of ideas, between Final Fantasy, Dragon Quest, and Akira Toriyama's kind of writing. Okay, wish these guys would lay off me for 1 second, because they're being really relentless right now. So I have Rosa raise. Yeah, more than the sum of parts, yeah, is really a way of describing it. It all comes together and really creates something interesting. I see mention of the mobile version of DQ4. Yeah, it's for the US, it is the best version of the game to play. Primarily because they had to leave out a feature from the DS version in Japan when translating, because they didn't. It was kind of their own fault, really. If they hadn't done a certain thing, like add accents, which I do like. I do like the accents to the dialogue. But if they hadn't spent so much time working on it, they would have enough time to include the party chat. But because they didn't have enough time, that entire feature was left out of the DS version. So as a result, the best version of Dragon Quest IV is the mobile one. And it sucks if you're someone who doesn't like to play mobile games. Yeah, the endings for Chrono Trigger are quite nice. There are some that are like really off the wall and really crazy. I miss that crazy humor of the 90s. Sakaguchi had a really a weird sense of humor. Like, you see it in this game sometimes, and yeah, and you could see it in some of those endings. Like, there's one ending where because you ended the game at a certain point, there are no human beings left. You were actually reptites, these sort of humanoid dinosaurs the entire time. Really off the wall, but I love it. I'm gonna move Kiraga up. Don't really use Protect much, so I'll put Berserk there. You know why, Andrew Koss? It's because they had already started working on the party chat, so I figured that they said, well, we may as well finish it, since the mobile port will be coming out one day. That's what I think the story was. But anyway, I'm glad we at least have it in one form. Okay, and let's fix my mistake. Don't know how that happened. Now let's head down these steps. Alright, so this dungeon kinda has two different endings. I'm getting sick of these guys. This is like the only encounter we're getting. and they're very annoying to fight. But we do need the experience points. Yes, for a long time, the DS Dragon Quest games did not go out of production. There were a ton of copies of DQ4 lying around. But it seems that time has finally caught up to them, and it's become more difficult to get one's hands on them. So I do hope that we get a 4, 5, 6 collection. We get a 4, 5, 6 collection for the Switch and PS4, and I hope they do it right and include the NES and SNES games as well. I really hate it when there's a collection and they only include a few of them. It's not difficult to, emulate Super Nintendo and NES games. So I'd like a collection with both the DS version, or mobile version of Dragon Quest IV, and the NES version. Cost. Chrono Cross is a sequel, but here's the thing about Chrono Cross. It's a lot of people have said this, and I agree. It's a good game, but not a good sequel. That's how I consider Chrono Cross. Like, as a game, if it was a game by itself and its own IP, as a game by itself and if it was its own IP, it's fine. It's a game with a lot of interesting ideas. Whereas I feel the Cross as a Chrono game, it's not the sequel that I wanted. And it's not the sequel that a lot of people wanted. Ooh, getting a lot of encounters here. Alright. Once again, these guys. So those Mammons in the back, the two trees, they're weak against fire, but there are other ways of dealing with them. For example, they count as mage-type enemies. And there are a lot of mage-type enemies during this part of the game. And you notice that I got Rosa the silencing arrows. And the thing with silencing arrows, as you'll see, I hope it works with regular attack and not with just aim. But it basically it has a special damage multiplier, which I hope we'll see right now. Yes, Ultra Zappy, that's right. If you could turn your nightmares into frogs, you know. Huh, did they not get toaded? That's weird, it should have worked. Let's try that once more. Hopefully this... No, it didn't work. Maybe it's because the Mammons are here. But you'll see Rosa is doing major damage to these trees. The reason why is because silencing arrows do 4 times damage to mage-type enemies. Oh man, this is becoming really troublesome. May have to use a summon here. Ultra Zappy, I like puns, but I may have to punish you with that one. May have to put you in the timeout corner for that one. I would even say that was unbearable. Oh man. Okay, Cold Mist helped out a little, but not much. I guess the Mammons being around really do, like, nullify the Toad. No, I would rather not Rosa go to sleep. Yeah, these guys have quite a bit of HP. The thing is that the way this dungeon is balanced, it's kind of balanced in a way that the game, like, you can come here at any time, and they wanted it to be challenging no matter when you came here. So as a result, it is quite a bit harder than you know, where our levels are at, but you know, it is rewarding to come here at this point. Alright, hopefully Rydia will help out here. Punish, I like that Drakenzan. You know what, actually that's a good idea. Oh man, Kane is down. Alright, hoping I don't get this encounter again. Hopefully, Rydia's toading will work this time. But stop picking on Edge and Kane. Jeez. These guys are quite relentless. Come on, Rydia, we're waiting here. Okay, so yeah, the others were preventing it. I see. Okay. I'll have to come up with a better strategy if I encounter this particular setting again. But at least we're not dying anymore now that they're all frogs. Yeah, Andrew Cost, the higher battle speed is really taking its toll here. You know, Zappy, I haven't even played the latest Pokemon games yet. That was actually like a topic of discussion at one point last stream that, yeah, been a little disappointed in Pokemon lately. My sister has Sword, so I'll probably, like, borrow it off of her at some point. Yes, and we have Float. We'll see what that does in a second. First, let's heal up everyone. You know, we'll just use the high potions, since we have so many. Rydia with your low HP. I'm actually considering... It's actually... You know what? I'm actually going to do that now. Let's change form. Let's switch Kane and Rydia. I'm going to keep Edge in the back row. Because he has the boomerang... he actually does, you know, very good damage from the back row. It does count as a ranged weapon. Another encounter. This place has been awful. But we encounter Malboros, who are very much known for their bad breath attack, which they will more likely than not use. Let's use Ifrit, because they work well on the guys back there. And you'll notice, bad breath doesn't work. And for people who like play this dungeon, that's what really annoys them. If you get hit by the bad breath attack, it unleashes every status ailment on the game on one character. However, if you have even if you have even one resistance to one of those ailments on you, bad breath will not work. So I have either rune rings or ruby rings on everyone. And one of them blocks pig, and one of them I think blocks something else. But as long as they're on, basically the bad breath does not work on me. So basically it renders Malboros completely useless against me. That's pretty much the biggest advice you can have when it comes to this dungeon. We just have to kill this guy in the back. Malboros are terrible in every game, Charlie Fox. That's the truth of it. Okay, Rydia, help us out here. But thankfully, you know, we have the resistances, and it'll really help here. And as you can see, they also can be toaded, which helps out a lot. Should have had Rosa heal there, actually, but okay, that's fine. The nice thing about this place is that you do earn very good experience. Gen 6 was Sun and Moon, right? Yeah, those games did disappoint me a little. Like, here's the thing with Pokemon, and I know a lot of hardcore Pokemon fans are, like, don't share this sentiment. I play each game for new Pokemon. When I play in a way where I make a team specifically for my first playthrough out of nothing but new Pokemon. I don't want to use anything from a previous generation. And so, like, they and Sun and Moon made it absolutely difficult to get the newer Pokemon, and that really pissed me off. Okay, as you can see there, damage tiles. We're gonna take Rosa. We are going to use Float, which she just learned. Use it on everyone, and now we float. Switch back to Cecil, and those tiles do not hurt us. Down here, we have to cast Float again. You have to use it on every floor. Because it wears off whenever you, like, enter a new section. And let's head up. Oh, that just goes there. Okay. They get this, High Potion, a Maiden Kiss, which heals Frog, but that won't be an issue. And the Fairy Rod, which we will hand to Rydia. I did like the starters in Sun and Moon, though. They did look cool. Even if they were a bit underpowered. Yes, true Alfarius, it would be quite a twist if we found an old friend here. Now let's head into this section. And here we have, if I could find the way, quite a few open chests. We'll reach that area in a second. Let's head up here. Whoops, float again. Yeah, you really need float for this specific floor, because it has like 20 damage tiles in a row. I kind of like, Charlie Fox, how depressing this theme is. It does like fit the atmosphere of the entire place. Because it is kind of dreary with all the like dark greens. Oh no, not this encounter again. I don't want to see you people. Alas, we'll deal with it. Summon. Let's use Shiva. Float is also really necessary in the next dungeon. Because if you don't have it, you'll get kind of an earthquake surprise. Let's have King jump. And the setting for Sun and Moon was nice as well. And I do like that the latest one was in England. Actually, for the next Dragon Quest game, I want like the next like new town to be based on like Victorian England, because that's something that the series has not done yet. Riemann M. Yeah, in the Super Nintendo Easy type, they showed what was in the walls, and when they made this patch, they restored everything to the Super Famicom version except for that. That was basically the one thing that like survived. If they ever make a new version of this patch, I figure they'll patch it out. But yeah, it's one of those leftover things from the SNES localization. Man, these trees are awful. Let's have King jump again. Yeah, Ultra Zappy, that's a good point. The greens do look good. Though, like, the next dungeon, it uses a similar design to this one, but it's orange instead, and it has a pretty cool look. Oh no, did not mean to do that. Charlie Fox, I'm reserving my opinions on the new Paper Mario until I can like really see everything for myself. Like, I just wish they would make a game that was very much like the Thousand Year Door, and not like, and really abandon a lot of the newer ideas. Like the arena idea does look cool, and I do like that badges are back. I'm very happy that they're back. But like I do, there is something missing that I felt oh no, Rudy is asleep. That I felt like the older Mario RPGs did, that the new ones don't do. Drakenzan, if you've never played the first Paper Mario and Thousand Year Door, I highly recommend them. Thousand Year Door might be one of my favorite RPGs of all time. And I would say it's the best Mario RPG. Oh, Riemann M, the reason... Oh my gosh, why are they putting Riddy to sleep? She's literally the key to this battle. It's like they know. Deep inside, they know my secrets. Right. Well, that guy died at least. Charlie Fox, badges are kind of like accessories, but like the cool thing about the Paper Mario games is that as you leveled up, you could equip more and more of them, and they really like matched up with your abilities like really well. Like there's an entire strategy in the speedruns for the Paper Mario games. Oh my gosh, I did something wrong there. Sorry guys, my performance is a little off today. Even if I am using like the optimal strats. At least Riddy's awake now. Okay, this is getting bad. Help us out here, Riddia. Okay, I was really wondering who was going to attack there. Ugh, Kane soaking up the damage. Oh gosh, oh, just in time. Yeah, I kind of like how Cecil just kind of face plants there. Okay, we have to run. Yeah, this is... That was... Riddy got put to sleep and that was getting way too hairy. Yeah, like, I've been getting a lot of encounters here. More than you usually get, really. Right. As for previous areas in Pokemon games, I think the thing is that it would be really expensive. I think that's the one thing that's really held them back. Okay, let's get these chests. Because, you know, you'd have to, like, put out money for an entire land and everything. And it wouldn't be easy to program and it would take a lot of time. That said, Game Freak can be quite lazy. You know, at this point, there's more that could have been done with the Pokemon games, in my opinion. At the very least, what they could do is always include last generation's area. Like for Gen 8, you would visit Gen 7. For Gen 7, you would visit Gen 8. That would be reasonable. That would be pretty cool. Yeah, True Altharius. Yeah, it's true that they basically sit on a ton of money, but even then, like, making a game with every previous area, that would be a bit much, I think. With one previous area, that I could buy. Charlie Fox, you made a Bahamut model? That would be interesting. Like, post an image. Tweet it to me, actually, and I'll take a look at it. What am I doing here? Aim. There we go. Let's kill the frog. And let's toad the Malboro. Riemann, my favorite Pokemon game... you know what? I'm going to say a favorite Pokemon generation. Generation 5 was my favorite. And I have many reasons for that. 150 new Pokemon, and I really liked all of them. You had the areas were very different from previous games. Like, the architecture was like very different from the others. I really liked all the starters. I like how, like, the city was like this combination of various United States cities that was very different. And the story. To this day, I still think Generation 5 has the best story in the franchise. Okay, this frog's almost dead. I haven't played Gen 4 in a long time. They're the only games that I don't have copies of anymore. I will have to work on fixing that. Alright, at this point we're getting dry ethers, so I do not mind using ethers. Right, Maiden Kiss. Few items, mostly like normal stuff, nothing interesting yet. Let's drop down this hole. And we end up here. Whoops. Forgot to float again. Let's do that. I wonder what's over there. We shall get to there eventually. For now, we come to this middle area. And we step on a teleporter. We're surrounded by damage tiles. So let's float once more. Yeah, Vopopo, Chandelier, one of the best ghost types. Gen 5 also had, what did it have? It had the golem Pokemon, which are ghost types. Those were cool too. I wonder what goodies are here. Oh no, monsters! Oh no, evil dreams. Okay, you know what? Just to prepare for it, I'm gonna cast a Kiraga. Let's hope we can get to Ridia's turn fast enough. Oh, Charlie Fox, that's right. Sorry, I saw you mentioned World of Final Fantasy. I own a copy, but I have not played it. I do mean to get around to it, but haven't had the time. I have a huge backlog because, like I said during the last stream, my goal has been to basically get through all of the major 1991 to 92 RPGs, and also like kind of get myself ready for whatever SNES RPG that I haven't played yet, as well as start getting into PS1 RPGs. Yep, they're all frogs now. This is the frog stream, everyone. Ribbit, ribbit. Like I said, you know, this is Rydia and her Toad is the MVP of this dungeon. Like, without it, we'd be having a much harder time than we've already had. You know, Subledger, I'm not sure if I feel sorry for them. I think they're actually in there, waiting for you, hoping one day a human is just gonna show up, just so that they can beat up on them. That's my theory, anyhow. Kane, we'll have you attack. I'll have Rydia summon, even though her MP is low. That should be good. Xenogears one day. True Alfarius, was it you who made the joke that one day that I won't make Xenogears until 2027? That might sadly be true, but I'll get to it eventually, one day. For now, we focus on the 16-bit era. So, Subledger, I know what chest you're speaking of. Yeah, and Phantasy Star 2 and 3, probably the most devastating mimics in all of RPG history. Alright, almost dead with these guys. Jacob, no, I have not played Darkest Dungeon as of yet. That's the Steam sale. The Steam sale begins on the 25th of this month, and if it's a good price, I'll probably pick it up. I have had my eye on it for a while. I know a lot of people would want a Xenogears remake. I think the issue is that the people who worked on that game no longer work at Square. They all work for Nintendo now, as part of Monolith Soft. That's kind of the reason why we don't get a lot of certain remakes. A lot of people who used to work at Square no longer work there. They all are part of different companies now, or they're retired. Alright, well hopefully we'll have better luck with this chest. Nope, we have more monsters. Okay, let's take out these trees, as per usual. We're going to summon Ifrit, just to deal some damage to these trees. Whew, how are you guys doing? Yeah, this dungeon can be quite grueling, but it will be worth it in the end. These dungeons are better to do now than later. Yeah, Koss, that's right. Yeah. You do need the Monolith crew to do it right. I'm of the same opinion. What am I doing? No, not white. Aim. I do like this idea that the Marlboro is trying to eat Edge. Like, that image is in my mind now. Let's skip Rydia's turn for now. Let's see if we can kill this thing. No Secret of the Stars remake? No, but you know what is getting a remake? What is it? That really bad NES game. Alright, let's go back to Rydia's turn. And let's, it's Toad time. What is it? The NES game, Stargazers. That is getting a remake. That's coming out for the Switch. In fact, it might already be out. I might be mistaken on that. But, yeah, that's interesting. I wonder if it, like, is trying to be authentic with all the problems. Or if it, like, actively tries to fix them. It did have a lot of interesting concepts. Such as how, like, when you level up, your character sprite changes to reflect their age. And, you know, it's a legitimately, like, interesting idea. Tom Poos, yeah, Seiken Densetsu 3 is amazing. It might be the best Mana game. And I like both of them. I like the original, and I did like the remake. The remake had a lot of interesting ideas. I just really would like it if, like, as a free DLC, if they added an extra hard mode. Like, I'd really appreciate that. Riemann, Final Fantasy 1 PSP. You know, I really do... I had this script where I talk about the Final Fantasy 1 remakes, and then I open it up one day and it's like, it's not there. I have no idea what happened to it. But, as I've said, the PS1 remake of Final Fantasy 1 had both the original difficulty and an easy difficulty made for it. And then what happened for the GBA game and the PSP game, they included only the easy mode. And to me, that's always been a thing of contention with me. Because I really do like the PS1 version of Final Fantasy 1, and I would like for people to have the option between the normal and easier difficulty. Did I pick something else up that I forgot to equip? I may have. If I am, I'm not seeing it. But you're all watching with me. If I missed something, let me know, guys. Let's, am I at good HP? Yes, I am, but at NP. I really do want Rydia to be a little more well-armed. Okay, maybe this chest will be nice and peaceful. No, it won't. More evil dreams. Haunting me as I play. Ouch, Ultra Zappy. Yeah, I've done that to myself before. Accidentally saved over a file that I did not mean to. That's why I always make... that's why I always make sure to save in multiple spots. Like after that, I think the first time I saved over something by accident, I was a kid, and after that I learned my lesson. Never again. Yeah, Riemann, the PSP versions have the secret stuff, but because of the easier difficulty, you just spend a lot of times just like mashing the A button, killing enemies. At least that was like my experience. Like the new bosses, those were cool. It's just like you had to do a lot to get to them. So Rydia summon. Am I out of arrows? I am out of arrows. Let's throw in some holy arrows. Subledger? Thankfully what I do is I make sure to save both in the game and within the Retron. So because of that, like, in case I do something like that, I always have a save state to go back to. Jacob, that's good advice. Save frequently indeed. Yeah, Alfarius, my backlog's pretty backed up at this point as well. Alright, hopefully Rydia can do some damage here. I would say Final Fantasy II, the original NES version, has the least polished gameplay. Though, like, accounting for the remakes, they did make them a little better. But I still think I play most other Final Fantasies in comparison to them. Yeah, Andrew Koss, Final Fantasy VIII does not teach you how to use its systems very well. Like, its menus for, like, junctioning is, like, not very intuitive. It doesn't really tutorialize you on how to, like, make use of its mechanics to the best of its ability. On the other hand, once you learn how to use them, it's very easy to learn how to break the game. So yeah, it goes both ways. I feel like that's a running theme for Kitase's Final Fantasy games. Okay, maybe this chest will just... Oh, did I get an item that I should, Alright, I'm getting white fangs and red fangs and stuff. Okay. Not stuff that's immediately useful. And more monsters. Okay, thankfully Marlboros. Much more manageable. Vopop, yeah, people have mixed opinions on 12. I personally like it. I like the idea of sort of this free-moving turn-based game. But I know that it's not everyone enjoyed it. Toad time. Yeah, Squall's limit breaks in 8 are quite something. Definitely extremely powerful. But I feel like Kitase, his games are always they're always either like too easy or too esoteric. Like Final Fantasy VII, it's a very easy game once you understand the materia system. 8, it's like if you either don't understand anything, and then like you don't understand anything and you're confused, but then like you do get it, and then it's like too easy now. 13 I haven't dealt with in a while, but I kind of don't want to because I really don't like the characters. Yeah, Dragon Quest IV's sprites are fantastic. Really do like them. Like, for such an early game, they do a good job of, and we have the Avenger. So what the Avenger does is that it auto-berserks Cecil. I think that would be okay to do for now. I'm not really facing any boss where I need to be more strategic. It's also a two-handed weapon, so you do have to unequip your shield. And it's more powerful. Cecil Berserked is fine. And more monsters. More evil dreams. Alright, we're almost done here, guys, I promise. Well, done with this part of the dungeon. The other half of the dungeon is very quick compared to this. That I can promise you. You know what, let's make use of Edge's magic. We may as well while it's here. Yeah, Evopop, no matter what, you know, the sprites of Dragon Quest are great. They always exude, like, really strong personality. Like, even with, like, Dragon Quest V, there's something so charming about everyone. And... yeah, there's something so charming. Like, from the very beginning, you can tell that there's something that looks unheroic about the hero sprite, which is fitting because he's not the hero in universe. Like he looks kind of like, I don't want to say a normal guy, but he does look like not like a legendary hero, where his son like literally looks like a Super Saiyan. Which history of RPGs did I like making the most? Interesting question. Either Dragon Quest 3 or 4. Probably the expected answers, but I had a ton of fun making both of those. 3, I knew I had a really good script on my hands, not to pat myself on the back too hard. And I knew that this was something that was going to come together well, and that people were going to like it. And I do think it is the most watched episode in the series. I'll have to check that once more. And 4, again, like, I just really like the more and more I play Dragon Quest 4 again and again, and the more I researched it, and the more I really thought about the ideas and were able to write about them and talk about them, the more and more I liked the game. Which Dragon Quest has the best... Which Final Fantasy, actually, has the best gameplay? 5, probably. Yeah, I would probably go with 5. I would... You know what, in the right hands, if they had brought Sakaguchi back, or if they let Tokita do it, I'd love a 5 remake. Alright, last monster chest. Here we go. And now, for something completely different, we have tunnelers, who are much easier than anything we faced here. One of the things I like about 4, since we're on the subject of gameplay, as you can see here, Quake does not work with us because we're using float. Didn't think that I'd be able to show that off until the next dungeon, but here we have it. What I like about the gameplay of 4 is that every dungeon is built around the team that the game has given you. You always have the tools that you have. The tools you need. We're gonna go here quickly, I'm gonna heal up and grab some more arrows for Rosa. And then we'll go back and finish the other half of that dungeon. The other half is much easier, I promise you. It goes by much quicker. Okay, in first. Yes, I will stay the night. For example, like when you get Rosa back, the harder bosses start coming in, but you have slow and you have haste and everything. For this part, you have Rydia back, and if you experiment, you'll find that her Toad is extremely effective. You'll find that at every part of the game, there is always a tool there that can really help you out. Let's go. Let's sell some stuff just to offset our inventory. You know what? Let me use the 10 option. Probably will never use those holy arrows. Probably won't use those angel arrows. Won't use the Bessitaries. Will I use those fangs? That's a question. I'll keep the Ogre Killer for now. That might be useful still. And I won't use the Unihorns. Keeping those in reserve. Yeah, I think I am good enough. Okay. And let me just buy those. 1, 2, 3. Let me sort. And equip. There we go, and let's head on. You know, Andrew, like, you're definitely right about that, but 5 actually does a good job of giving every boss in the game some kind of weakness to multiple jobs. So, like, the first boss is, like, weak against something the Bard can do, something the Blue Mage can do. A lot of thoughtfulness was put into 5. So you can make like a game where that's very customizable, but build your team around it as well. You just need a really thoughtful director. And I need to land in a spot that's convenient. Come on now. Okay, there we go. There we go, save, and we are off. Back to the other half of the Sylph Cave. Yep, I know this place can be an ordeal, but thank you for going through this ordeal with me, people. You know what, I'm running for this encounter, screw them. Yeah, Sarah's pretty chill, aside from that, you know, wanting to end the world part. Okay, I believe I head down here. So, float just to avoid that little bit of damage. Yeah, Drakenzan, a lot have blue magic weaknesses, but it does take figuring out. Like, you know, it's not easy to figure out those weaknesses, that weaknesses they have. Like, you know, some are like very susceptible to like level 2 old, but like you would not know that on your first time playing the game. Yes, Charlie, Sorrow is the villain of 4. You know, Koss, as much as I don't like Final Fantasy X personally, what am I doing? There are some clever boss, finishers in that game. Like, if you know what you're doing with What's-Her-Face, the character I really don't like. Thief Girl. I can't remember her name. Having a total brain fart right now. But if you know what you're doing with her, and her mix ability, she can utterly destroy bosses. Like, if you, like, save the white orb that you get earlier, and choose not to use it, like, she can, like, almost literally one-hit a certain boss. Riku, that's it, Andrew Koss. Yeah, she can, like, literally, like, one-hit a certain boss, and, like, there's, like, this tank boss. And if you mix the right things to do an electrical attack, like she, like, decimates, like, this metallic tank boss by 3/4 of its life. She's a very broken character. You wouldn't know it on your first time through, but on subsequent playthroughs, you know, I would look up the strategies used with her. It's very interesting. Best story in an RPG. I'd have to think about that one. We have a save point here. I'll just do a Retron save, just for the sake of speed. And another encounter. Alright, let's kill this guy in the back. Ugh, Berserk Cecil. You know, knowing what I wanted, even before I did it. Alright. Toad it up here. Like, Chrono Trigger definitely is in the running for my favorite story. Dragon Quest V it does. Dragon Quest VII does as well. If you, like, look at Dragon Quest for what it's trying to do, which is more individual stories than a large overarching story, I think 7 has the best mini-stories in the entire franchise. And so, like, I enjoy every town in that game. It's actually my favorite Dragon Quest. Especially, like, the original PS1 version. 9 also has a fantastic story. Maybe the best characters in the series. And for comedy, I do like Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door. Each town in that game are also really great. And we have the chest we saw earlier. This is very interesting design. I like this idea, a chest you saw earlier. You have to go through like a secret wall on another floor to get to it. It's very clever. Very clever thinking. Tom Poos, you know, it's all about pacing yourself with Dragon Quest VII. It's one of those games where, you know, play a town a week, then, you know, put it away for a while, let it ruminate, and then, you know, come back to it after a few days. No, Trolley Fox. I think 5 is my second favorite Dragon Quest. 7 is my number 1, though. That I know for sure. Just looking at the chat. Alfarius, I've probably mentioned this before. I do need to catch up on Trails. I finally got second chapter off of Steam when it was on sale. Cause like, it always baffled me how the game never dropped below $20. It was always weird, especially after third chapter came out. But it finally dropped to like $15 one day and I bought it. So yeah, I will be playing that later in the year. Like, I'm completely behind that entire franchise. What I do plan to play in the near future, probably not on stream, but by myself, is the first Trails game. I'll probably play it on the TurboGrafx because that's the only one that has an English translation. Am I secretly Madison? Well, that would be me. That would mean I would be married to Bianca, and that would not be too bad. Right, almost past this encounter. Rydia, I pray, survives. There we go. Thank you, Berserk Cecil. Berserk Cecil, everybody. Another hero during this stream, dealing the big damage. Like, and you can imagine, like, imagine him realistically in that Berserk state. You know, he knows that, he has no control over himself. But it's okay, Cecil. You're serving the team. We appreciate you, not having any control over your cognitive abilities. Alfarius says married to Deborah. Oh, no, wait. Yes, I was going the right way. Yeah, so some of the chests here are already open. Such as that one. Almost confused me, make me thinking that I came through here. You know, Alfarius, when they... I like Deborah. Deborah run is fun, though I do prefer Bianca. But the writers said when they were making Deborah, they wanted to make her as, like... What was it? As... they wanted to put off the player to marrying her as much as possible. I've always found that to be really funny. It's to the point the game asks you twice if you're sure you want to marry her. High potion, ether, thunder, ice, fire? Okay, yep, fire. Rydia, help me out here. Warp 1 floor. And yes, back on track. Rosa will float us once more. Whew. Looking forward to being done with this dungeon. Almost there, guys. Almost there. Another encounter. Okay, we have the... Okay, so, let me pause. What the Bog Witch does. Oh, well, Oh, man. Wait does not... Okay, I thought pause. Pause is wait. Okay, never mind. That was, unexpected. All Bog Witch will do is she will order her frogs to basically turn you into toads. And that's all they'll do. They'll never attack. They'll never physical attack. However, there are some solutions. Which hopefully Rydia will help us with. Sing, my pretties! Uses Toad. I love how they use Toad on people who are already toaded. Turning them back and untoading them. But here's what you can do. You can have Rydia use Toad on the witch, which turns her into a frog. And as you can see, she can no longer order her frogs around. So that's one solution to this fight. Charlie Fox, whenever you want to show it, definitely put the image up on Twitter, and I'll check it out later tonight when I am free. After this stream, I'm probably going to get some editing done. Final Fantasy IV, after all, is underway, and I'm going to try to get it out before the month is over. Okay, no one is feeling froggy anymore. Okay, we're good. It's Ultra Zappy. You like Nera? It's well, you know, as Ultra Zappy, I will say this about Nera. It's okay to have the wrong opinion. I'm kidding, of course. Or am I? Right, once again, another way to deal with them, assuming that Edge does not get turned into a frog, is just cast Flood. Flood does major damage to all of them. Oh man, we're getting froggy here. She just ordered all of her toads to transform us all. Yep, welcome to the Ribbit stream. Hope you're all enjoying it. Subledger, I've only played Breath of Fire 1 and 2. I know 3 and 4 are considered the best, but I have yet to get to them. Those are definitely on the agenda. I enjoyed the story of 2. Most parts of it. Like, you know what, since this is the Ribbit stream, I enjoyed the frog section of Breath of Fire 2. That is one of the best parts of that game. Okay, so if you take too much time, the Bog Witch will transform herself into a frog, and she'll begin to cast Toad on you. Yeah, I like this fight a lot. Has a lot of personality to it. Really interesting idea. Okay, let's unfrog. Help us out here, Rydia. Yeah, you know, Rosa and Cecil made a nice little toad couple there. And, what did I want to do? Yes, I got the Mage Masher, which we will give to Edge for now. Mage Masher deals extra damage to mage types, which, as I said, do fill this dungeon. Alright. So close to the staircase. Preemptive Strike. Very good, very good. Let's have Rosa pray. And dang, she got her turn fast. The one thing I will say about Nera is that her desperation to, please the hero is interesting. Alright, Edge got turned into a toad, so we will rely on Rydia here. We do have some Maiden's Kisses though, so we'll put those to use. Thank you for untoading us after toading us, enemies. Alright, yes, Rydia, act for me, please. I like how she tries to get her things to sing, but she can't because she's a frog now. So it's like if you play any of the remakes, instead of her trying to say "sing my pretties" while she's a frog, I think she will say "ribbit," implying she's trying to say that, but she can't because she's a frog now. So that's an interesting little detail. Now let's use Mist. Flood almost done here. Almost done with this entire dungeon. Then we'll be much happier people. But we haven't used a summon in a while. Thought I'd use that. And it's dead. I've got some level ups, which is quite nice. Maiden Kiss. What exactly is a Maiden Kiss as an item? All the questions one can ask. Let's, well, no, actually, we don't have to float, because we can just go through here. And an elixir. Alright, we are at the end. Just have to make it past this last stretch. Hopefully we won't get an encounter. We made it! Yes! Yeah, Nintendo Power had some interesting original designs of its own. And here we have the sylphs. Eek! Humans! Here we have a cat claw. A hell claw. I wonder who those belong to. What are you doing here? I was just looking for extra experience points and items. We won't let you take him. Take who? We found him in front of the cave. But he's yet to awaken. And here we have Yang. Now, as we said, as mentioned before, you know, so many characters in this game have at least one fake death. But Yang has the audacity to have two fake deaths. So, he's the only one who's that egregious. It's like a Dragon Ball Z character. But here he is. So we can come back later with the pan to get some extra stuff. But, that will be a concern later. I'll explain what I'm doing with that. For now, we are done with that dungeon, thankfully. Ultra Zappy, that is horrifying. That we're carrying just a bunch of lips in our pouch. It's kind of terrifying. It's like, oh, you got turned into a frog. It's okay. I've got these lips in my pouch. Now, where am I looking for? No, that's the next dungeon of progress. Here we go. Alright. Yep, this is a big dungeon stream. Not much, well, a little bit of story. Yeah, actually, we do get a bit of interesting side story as we go down. Yeah, Alfarius, Tella is the MVP for having 0 fake deaths. He just dies. Okay, at this point, tents start healing less, so I'm just making sure everyone is healed up. It's everyone except for a little bit of Rydia's HP. I can handle that. Let me save. Alright, we are making good progress. Yank stole Tella's 1 fake death. Okay, that's funny. And here we go, the Fey March Pass. Once again, float will be quite helpful here. Subledger, I don't even remember what the Sylph Summon does, to be quite honest. And let's go. So Rydia explains, this is where she came from. She was in the Fey March. And she says we should go there for help. I do wonder how you got out of here on your own, Rydia. The monsters here. You know, they're pretty difficult. Here we have the Summoner. The Summoner can summon some pretty interesting stuff. Here we have a Thunder Dragon. Not her worst stuff. You know, she can summon much worse. Basically, this just, yeah, this uses Thunderbolt. Yeah, not much to worry about. I'm making sure that Rosa focuses on the Summoner due to her silencing arrows dealing 4 times damage to it. Yeah, Rosa is a particularly good physical character at this part, surprisingly. That's right, the Sylphs do a kind of healing. Yeah, okay, Thunderbolt does decent damage. Alright, this guy will be dead in a moment. Any moment now. Well, Charlie Fox, it's a wall, it's a shortcut in a wall, right? Think I might remember it, but maybe not. But like in this section of the game, you can see through the walls easily. So hopefully I'll be able to see it easily enough. Let's have Rosa cure. Okay. Fair point, Vopop. Maybe she had her summons accompany her out. Okay, just so that we don't have to walk back. Rydia, use your warp. Yeah, Andrew Cost, that's not an exaggeration. Rose is doing more physical damage right now than Edge can. Edge is kind of the balanced character. He does a lot of good stuff for certain situations. But, you know, when I'm playing the GBA version, I tend to switch him out for Yang, because Yang just deals such ridiculous damage. I'm gonna run from this. Okay, that wasn't too bad of a summon. My fear was that she'd summon a yellow dragon. That is the worst thing she can summon. It's very powerful. Subledger, I will see if Rosa can aim with her staff later. Another encounter after running. Okay, another summoner. Alright, I'll fight this. A Naga, one of her weaker summons, goes down in one hit. Aim. I'll try to keep that in mind, Charlie Fox, see if I could identify it. Oh, yeah, Andrew Cost, you know what Edge's greatest use is? Smoke bombs while facing behemoths. Because there's a 4 floors in the final dungeon with nothing but behemoths. You can't run from them normally, but Edge's smoke bombs can run from them. Oh, Charlie Fox, is my message box locked? Yes, someone told me about that. I forgot to open up private messages. If you don't want to post it publicly on Twitter, I will try to remember around midnight my time, because that's when I'll have time tonight, to make sure to unlock my PM box. I'll try to keep that in mind. Alright. I like the design of this dungeon. I think the orange goes with the sort of like net, the viney net design really well. Looks cool. This was always one of my favorite dungeons. You know, having summoners in a dungeon to summons does make sense now that I think about it. It's yeah, it's kind of a little bit of thought went into that. Alfarius, the behemoths having the boss theme, I would even say is fitting, considering how nightmarish they can be. Like that, they felt like a Final Fantasy II idea at times. All right. Okay, Charlie Fox, I will take a look at that later. Is your Twitter name the same as your YouTube name? If so, I can find it pretty easily. High Potion. This dungeon is a lot less vexing than the last one. I think you go up here first. A lot easier, a lot straightforward. I do like the last dungeon though. It's like one of the rare NES-style difficulty dungeons. It's just a little. It's just that the enemy encounters really make it a bit rough, especially if you're doing the dungeon this early. Blink and Berserk on the behemoths. Yeah, that is a strategy, since they do counterattack and the Blink does deal with it. Another encounter. Wow, I have a high encounter rate today. Attack. Aim. Okay, Charlie Fox, I will keep that in mind. Let us heal. Few curas should heal us up. Alright, there we go. Ultra Zappy, unlike the Dragon Quest universe, the monsters in Final Fantasy can look kinda terrifying. So, yeah, that would be kinda weird, them trying to make friends. Though I suppose that's, like, probably a thing in World of Final Fantasy, I would guess. Okay. And down to the next floor. But yeah, friendly monsters in Final Fantasy, a rarity. Again, like I said for Dragon Quest in a previous stream, even for Final Fantasy, would not mind more monster party members. Alright, this is a pretty hectic encounter, but it does have a weakness. I wonder if you can all guess what it is. Yeah, Red is probably the closest thing, though I think he's kind of his own race, rather than like a full monster, but yeah, he just might be. And Rydia turns them all into toads. Again, this is the Ribbit stream. As we can see, even this dungeon holds up Rydia's ability to frog people quite a bit. I think that for variety, they should have like given the monsters in this dungeon a pig weakness, just to make things different. I think that would have been nice. Yeah, that's summon, just for the fun of it. You know, we haven't seen Titan in a while. Okay, and we'll just finish off these frogs while I take a sip of water. Andrew Koss, we're playing Final Fantasy II at this point. The last dungeon had a little bit of it, but it didn't go as far as that game. There is a dungeon in that game where you first encounter, like, the giants, that is just unbearable. Like, that it's like, okay, I'm on, like, floor 3 and I need a break. Ooh, Rydia dealing the damage there. Almost done with these guys. But again, the experience really is worth it. And we are going to need it, as the upcoming bosses are made much easier with that experience. Rydia leveled up and learned Drain. Yes, I just reached this floor. Let's head on down. Phoenix down. Okay, can't enter there. Right, it's on the other side. Oh, the frogs, right. You could turn the Emperor into a frog. Yeah, you know, maybe this is one giant Final Fantasy II reference with the frogs. So the Arachnids will just try to earthquake you. And the great thing about that is because we're floating, they're kind of doing that in vain. Yeah, Charlie Fox, that's true. There are no Moogles in this game. The naming ways and humming ways, well, there's one naming way. But yeah, the humming ways kind of like are what replaced them here. Which is interesting because by the time you get to 3 and 4, a lot of the concepts from previous games have all become like very common to each title. Like they took the Chocobo from one game, they took the Moogles. They took the Black Mages. Yeah, so like, it's kind of interesting that they're the one element that's missing here. Right, yeah, not tough, but they do have quite a bit of HP, just like everything else around here. Rydia, help us out. Okay, not dead yet. Almost there, hopefully. Yes, the DS version of 4 did add the Moogles. We'll need to play the DS version of 4 very soon. Probably after I'm done with this run. Yes, Subledger, the game really does want you to be floating here. And we get a Silk Web, and a Silk Web is very good. Silk Webs are great. Take some pressure off of Rosa, making sure she's not the only one trying to slow the enemies. Wait, let me heal a little more, just for safety. And we continue. Oh, and I really like how you can see the Fey March underneath. That's a that's a great detail. That is Sakaguchi putting in that extra visual work. Assassin, Kikuchi, Poison Axe. What is... Alright, so the... We'll just attack with Kane for... No, actually, I don't think... Oh, he can't use the Poison Axe. Okay, interesting. I thought he could. But Edge can use a... We won't be running into too many mage enemies, so the Kikuichi is much better. Is there anything up here? No, it's just... Yeah, it's just leading to this. Okay, fair enough. Subledger asking the right questions. Yeah, if they have 6 legs, they're not really arachnes. They're posers. That's what it is. Oh, these guys again. Okay. Because mentioning the Poison Axe earlier, I know that in some games, Jump only does the additional damage if the Dragoon is using a spare. I don't think that's the case here, though. I know it's the case in 5. I know that for sure. Like, you'll only do the extra damage if the Dragoon has a spare. Oh, Vopop has the point there. The 2 arms could count as the 7th and 8th limbs. You know, it's a good point. Thickabo or Choco Thick. That's fun. That's funny. Alright, just gotta take care of this last one, and we are good. Let's move on. Monsters! We've got some Fell Knights here. Not a bad encounter. A lot less tricky, that's for sure. I think they all can be toaded. I believe so. The protagonist in the Spider-Man PS5 game. We need those monster protagonists. Very underrepresented. Oof. They do have quite a bit of HP here, though. Can you imagine friendly Final Fantasy monsters, though? Like befriending, like, I don't know, Behemoth? Letting you, like, ride around on it? Through the open fields? Because they're just so much more frightening than anything in, like, Pokemon or Dragon Quest. Okay. Almost done with this. Oh, the 1000th frog. Yeah, no frogs were harmed in the making of this video. Can you true Alfarius? That is interesting. How long is World of Final Fantasy? If it's not too long, I'll think about maybe playing it by myself next week. And we get the Defender, which is an even better sword for Cecil, but we will keep him berserked for now. And here we go, and what is this? A teleporter. And welcome to the Fey March. And again, I really love how layered this area is. You can see the lower floors from above. It always made this place visually unique. It's definitely visually ambitious. For 1991 on the Super Nintendo, it's just incredible. I'm going to make a save, just so that I don't go into the exit by accident, because I have done that before. And all the summons recognize Rydia. Sir, I'd appreciate it if you got out of my way. I'd like to go up there. Thank you. And there are chests just lying around. Let's talk to this guy. Only humans to visit other than Rydia. Excuse me. This is the next floor. Let's complete this floor first. First with this chest. And we have the Rat Tail. The Rat Tail is a reference to Final Fantasy I. You needed to get it in order to get Bahamut to upgrade you to the next class. But we'll see it serves a different purpose here. Yeah, that looks so cool. Even after all these years. Summoners call us to your world from here. But what like if you're in the middle of something important? Like, you know, you're just doing something, you know, having the time of your life, and then suddenly someone summons you. We will be meeting the king soon enough. Here we have an invisible teleporter tile. And we have a few chests. Yoichi, Elixir, Dry Ether. Yeah, the Yoichi bow is, I'll take it to sell. Exchange. But it's actually not as good as the killer bow. It's actually, a lot less useful. Yes, Subledger, I was about to point out, you can sort of see the chests, not from this angle. You can see the chests from above, but they'll still look open when you're seeing them from here. Alright, let's head to the next floor. Gearing up for the next important thing in this section. And here we have the Chocobo that Rydia summons. What, you ain't see a... Imagine this with like a New York accent. What, ain't you never see a talking Chocobo before? Set to the inn, and... I'm not sure why summons have an inn if nobody ever comes to visit them. But, okay. You know, maybe other monsters come by. They want a bed to sleep in. Not that, like, centaurs would have much fun sleeping in a bed. Okay, let's go indeed. Chocobo, what are you selling? Oh, yes, that is true. Sell... We can sell these. The Elven Bow won't really need... We'll never really need these arrows. I won't use them. Rosa is going to pretty much concentrate on support going forward. Yang is never coming back to the team. So, yeah, I'll keep the power ring. That might be useful in a second. A lot of items I'm a little uncertain about whether or not I want to sell them or not. The Defender I will definitely need. Yeah, I'll hold on to this stuff for now. Not too many chests here. If you have float, Titan's a pushover. Well, you know that's it's not a nice rumor to, like, you know, talk about. Yeah, basically telling you your summons all live here, and that's cool. In terms of all the summons lore between every game, like every game has different lore about the summons. This is my favorite one. The idea that they have their own society, that they're underground, that they have a king and queen, that there's, like, you know, there's a way that they live in comparison to other monsters. Yeah, come back here. This is like my favorite summon lore. I think it's so cool. I think like the music and the architecture and the way their world works all like really heightens it. It makes it just feel like really interesting. And I don't think that, you know, any Final Fantasy game since then has really done a better summons lore. Okay, Rydia, don't leave again. Not sure how Edge will feel about that. Subledger, that's an interesting question. I was wondering the same thing. Like, if he has the fairy claws on instead, will those be in the chests? I'm assuming so. I'll have to check the wiki later. I will save. And one save for the Retron. Yeah, FF7 had no summon lore. 8 had lore with the whole GF thing, and you finding Ifrit in a cave. 9 had the entire thing with summoners. This is also one of your only hints that you can get a bomb summon. Other than that, you know, maybe you'll get it for by accident. We'll enter the library in a second. That's the last place we'll go to. You have to beat Ashura in order to speak to the king. We go. Can you use our weapons? I don't know. Can I? Up here. What did I need from here? I do need an Aura Staff. Again, she'll be supporting as we go forward. Do I need the Blitz Whip for her? Yeah. No, you know what? The Fairy Rod is much better. It gives her more intelligence. So the Blitz Whip... Oh, whoops, let's not do that. The Blitz Whip is really unnecessary. I believe that I already have the Kotetsu. I'll check. Edge. No, I have the Kikuichi, which is even better. So yeah, we won't get that. So we're pretty good when it comes to that. Vopop, I think I saw that fan art on Reddit. Yeah, it looked pretty cool. I also think there was crossover art for DQ2 and 3. It might be up to 4 by now. I know someone is doing one for, like, each game. I hear in other worlds our friends aren't behaving themselves. Yeah, I've kind of, like, murdered hundreds of your monster brethren. Yeah, that's a thing. Armor shop. Yes, we will need, let's get 1, 2, and, you know what? King doesn't need one. I don't feel he needs the Aegis shield. Let's, unberserk Cecil. Give him the Defender. As you can see, that's a major strength upgrade and a defense upgrade. And we will give him a shield. Just looking at the chat, seeing if I missed anything. Okay, yeah, Aegis Shield, because Cecil will need to be a defender in a little bit. Let's change up Rydia's armor, black robe. You know what, maybe I'll look on Reddit to see if those images are up, and I'll retweet them maybe tomorrow, because they are some pretty cool images. For the, like, crossovers between Final Fantasy and Dragon Quest. It's Rosa. Switch out her Sage Robe. There we go. I think that's it. Oh yes, the Aura Staff. Yeah, Rosa, we thank you for your bow usage. You were incredibly useful during this section. Again, Rosa is the MVP of the game. And we give her the Aura Staff, which increases her spirit stat. We talked to those guys. Let's... Ruled by the King of Eidolons and Queen Asura. Okay, that's good, sir. Please move out of my way. Just saying hi to Rhea. Yeah, there are the chests that were spoken of earlier. You can see they're still closed now. They weren't drawn to be opened for this layer design. No, this is where I came from. Let's go over here. And lastly, the library. Subledger, I'll tell you why they choose names like Cecil while I take a drink. Oh, there's Naming Way. Well, he's not a human, so I guess, he doesn't count. But the reason why they choose names like Cecil is because they're more exotic. So for us in America, if you give someone a Japanese name, it would appear exotic to us. To Japan, it's the opposite. Because they're not used to Western names, to them they appear exotic. So a name like Cecil appears, very, it's very different to them. That's why in Final Fantasy VI, the name of the Esper is Tina, but that wasn't exotic to us. So when they localized the game, they named her Terra. So that's how that works. And so basically we have books on basically all the summons. Little bit of lore. No one knows how summoning began. Get a little bit of personality for each of them, which would be carried over into pretty much every game going forward. Surglow, yes, Edge's boomerangs count as long-range weapons. And as a result, he will do, as long as he has a boomerang on, he will do full damage from the back row. And it helps because his defense and HP is pretty low right now. Their history goes back before humans. One must be strong in body and mind to pass the cave, leading to the underworld. Just looking at the chat. Okay, yes, we do read in the human world, actually. We have posable thumbs, which let us read books. Here we have about Queen Asura, who will not let anyone approach the king, unless you defeat her first. And this is our first mention of Odin, who we might meet during this stream. And we hear about the Sylphs. Yeah, a lot of hints here for all the other summons. Let's see. One moon shown and now two exist. Yeah, this game does a good job of like building up the lore of the moons. Really like that. I do like good build-up. And here we hear of the god of the Eidolons, who we will be meeting in the next episode, not in this one. We still have to deal with the Queen and King first. And we hear about the whale from the moon. Where do they come from? Where do they go? It's all a mystery. A little bit of philosophy. Yes, Sergio. There are quite a few boomerang types in this game. The damage is lesser than the katanas, but overall, for this point in the game, it is helpful to have him back road, which is why I have him set up the way he is. Alright, and last floor. This is the Royal Chamber. You need a sir's permission to address the king. What? I can address him right now. I'm just an old man. Alright, guy. I know your secrets, but okay, I'll play the game. Hold on, guys. My microphone's acting up a little. Okay, that should be better. Alright. Alright, I am fully healed. Hmm. You know, right now, I'm remembering Ashura's strategy for the GBA and PSP version, but I can't remember the strategy for this version of the game because she has a different battle script depending on which version you're playing. I'm gonna do a save here just so that we don't have to walk all the way back in case we lose or something. So hopefully I remember the proper battle strategy during this fight. But you know what? Here we go. Queen Ashura addresses Rydia. Please help us. But first I must test your worthiness. Oh, Charlie Fox, no I did not. I actually just tweaked my settings a bit. Or I should say my settings tweaked themselves for me and ended up fixing the problem. Yes, I challenge you, and hopefully I remember how to beat you. And here we have Ashura. She uses Protect on herself. Okay, that's fine. Alright, okay, now I'm remembering. Let's attack. Right, she just kind of casts stuff on herself. So what we will do is, if I can find it, there we go. We want to cast Reflect on her. Because when she heals herself, her healing will basically go back onto us, which is great. And I do think she counters stuff, but I believe that the summons bypass it. So Rydia will be a big damage dealer here, basically. We'll have Kane jump. Yes, we will have... Yeah, we'll just have him blitz and stuff. We're gonna have Cecil cover Rydia for now. Because I do believe that Ashura counters, and just in case she does a big counter, I don't want my mages dying. My mages are a bit more important here. We're not going to worry about slow, since she's reflected, but that's okay. All she really does is counter physical attacks, and do a little bit of poking. But we will haste, however. I will haste Rydia up. Ultra Zappy says he's a Lunarian. Alright, well, we'll take care of you eventually. Oop, I should not have attacked. That's alright, though. Thank you for healing us, Ashura. We do appreciate it. Yeah, Medicare, that's true. You know, Ashura never shows up again. I guess each Final Fantasy has to have, you know, has to have its own unique summon. Maybe they just choose to not bring certain ones back. Let's haste once more. We'll haste edge. Let's blitz. Summon type. Basically, we're spamming summons during this fight. Yeah, this isn't hard as long as you know what you're doing. It's one of those, though I do imagine a kid being like, man, I can't hurt her, all she does is heal herself. Okay, in this game, yeah, the counter really doesn't do much, at least the Cecil it doesn't. Oh, you know why? She's bouncing her Protect on us, so it's kind of like irrelevant, however much damage she can do. Yeah, we'll haste Kane. Just looking at the chat. All she can do is give hugs. Well, you know, that is kind of what she's doing, you know. She's, like, basically trying to hug herself, but because of Reflect, she's, like, giving us hugs instead. That's how I picture it in my mind. She'll be dead soon enough. Thank you for healing Cecil. Yeah, I needed to do that. Again, Ashura is the nicest boss in the game. You know, she's really helpful. She heals you when she heals you when she needs it, when you need it the most. Yeah, you know, really great gal. Can't say anything bad about her. Again, you know, Rosa is the MVP of this game. Able to just make everyone go faster, speeding everything up. She's going to be very pivotal in the next boss fight, which will be happening after this one. Sure, if Kane needs healing, I would really appreciate it if you did that. Vopop, I don't think Square forgot about her, but I do think that, like, maybe they didn't have, like, an interesting idea for her. If they ever remade Final Fantasy VIII, I do think Ashura would make for an interesting GF. Perhaps, like, with her own, like, unique list of skills. That would be cool. Yeah, man, that Leviathan guy just hiding behind his wife. Like, yeah, really, not sure if I appreciate, you know, the way things work down here in the politics of the Fey March. Knights of the Round is a boss in FF14. I haven't played FF14 yet, but that sounds really cool. Like, I find myself never having the time for MMOs. Like, but I would like at some point to try 14 and Phantasy Star Online 2. Those are definitely like the two that like I really want to give at least 1 month a shot at each. So, Subledger with the proper comment. Every time Knights of the Round attacks, it takes like an hour to go. Imagine an Eden boss in Final Fantasy 14. Yeah, that's same thing. Would take an hour to come about to just, you know, do one attack. Ooh, yeah, these bosses, they're really meaty. You know what? I wonder if you can steal anything. They're really meaty. Again, they're made to be fought at really any time during the game. And as a result, yeah, they were made with like a lot of HP. It would be cool if, like, they were scaling bosses, like their HP scaled depending on where you were in the game. That would have been a nice feature. But, you know, it is what it is. You know, Rosa's just doing her best to make sure we go faster. Yeah, True Altharius. True Altharius, that's how I feel about Final Fantasy X, and why no version of the game allows you to skip cutscenes. I do get this sense, it's like, look, we worked on these cutscenes, and you're gonna watch them, whether you like it or not. That's the feeling that I get. Alright, you know what, Ashura, I'm kind of tired of you. I'd appreciate your death any second now. Ultra Zappy, I don't know how I feel about that joke. Not sure if I want to praise you for that one, or I want to punish you for that one. Really, Lunar for PS1 has scaling bosses. I'll have to do some research into that. That's interesting. I know Final Fantasy VIII has scaling bosses, depending on your level. Oh, now she dies after I use an ether. Okay, Cecil leveled up. And we now have the Ashura summon, and let's go back and heal, because we wasted a lot of MP there. Whew, head up. Yeah, this was definitely the part of the game that I had sort of, I don't want to say agonized, but was concerned with personally, because it's two, like, dungeons, two of them very challenging, but that, like, you know, a lot of people, including myself, want to see done early, and they do have, like, you know, their idiosyncrasies and their issues, and they're, like, really tough bosses. But yeah, we're almost at the end of this ordeal. I just have to remember where the inn is, because I don't right now. Should be over here? No. You know what? It's probably downstairs and I just missed it. Or is it not labeled? That's the save point. Yeah, I know that. Oh, right. It's combined with the item shop. There we go. Tricky game. You couldn't put an in sign there? Alright, here we go. Don't think I ever watched the Mega Sisters Overdrive, since I never used them in 10, but I'll be sure to watch it. Okay, let's do a normal save here. Okay, save. 14 hours, we're making good time. And let's do something absolutely necessary. We're going to put Silk Web in the first position. We're going to hope that Rosa and everyone else really helps out here. Because we're about to do one of the toughest fights in the game. Head downstairs. Into the throne room. Alright, here we go. I'm making a save just in case I screw up. Let me wipe my hands down. Okay, here we go, guys. But you cannot overcome evil with strength alone. A strong spirit is required to steer one's powers towards righteousness. Will you test your spirit against my powers? If by spirit you mean my level, maybe I do. We'll see. Here we go, and Leviathan. He turns towards you, and he uses Tidal Wave. That's his big attack, and it hurts. First off, Silk Web. When he turns away, he will only use ice attacks. Let's have Cecil attack. Let's heal everyone from that Tidal Wave. Oh no, I should have slowed. That's what I should have done. But you know what? Cecil did need the healing. We're going to use Thundra. We'll have Kane jump. Ooh. We're gonna have... This is basically a race against time. Hopefully Rosa's turn comes up. Yes. One more slow. Okay, we're doing pretty good here. Oh, Kane missed! How do you miss with a jump? I don't think I've ever seen him miss. Here's for another... Here we're getting another Tidal Wave. Alright, not too much damage on Rydia. And the slow should make things much more manageable. Again, Rosa the MVP here. Let's Thundra once more. Ninja. Blitz. Yes, thank you, Rydia. Very good. Ramu does more damage, but he does take more time. Though I think I'll summon him next turn. Try to do this with style. Oh no, that's... did not expect a Tidal Wave this early. Okay, no. Kiraga, everyone. Yeah, Drakenzan, test your righteousness after he destroyed our ship. Yeah, this guy, the nerve of him, right? It's like, yeah, you brought Rydia here because she was necessary for this time period. And yet, did you really need to destroy our ship for that? I mean, did you ever think of all those poor helpless soldiers who are dead now because of you? But no, their lives don't count, Leviathan, right? These kings, all like obsessed with their righteous ways, all think they know better than all of us. Alright, there we go. Hopefully that heal will come in fast. Let's bring in Ramu again. Okay, that heal came in nicely. It's Ninja. Okay, that's not going to help. Just attack. Alright, that Tidal Wave should be manageable. Again, we've got enough slows on him that he isn't doing Tidal Wave as fast as he could, which is really helpful. If not, we'd probably be dead by now. And Rosa will keep up the curing while he turns back around. In the PSP version, he just opens his mouth and closes his mouth, which I think makes more sense. But this looks kind of cool, the way he moves back and forth here. That's Ramu. Yeah, let's have Kane heal. Cecil heal. He should almost be dead, okay? Let him use Tidal Wave, and I heal. Perfectly timed. Yeah, Medicare, you know, he's kind of grumpy that he's not in water, so he's just flopping around, throwing us a Tidal Wave whenever he feels like it. That's pretty much what this fight is. It's about a grumpy king, thinking he could take his frustrations out on us. Oh, let's skip turn. Everyone's hasted to a necessary degree. I also think if you haste too much, it actually can freeze up the ATB for a character and slow them down. It's something weird with the programming. I'll have to like read up on that. Skips Rosa's turn. Ooh, I may need healing before. Whoop, Tidal Wave's here. Charlie Fox, I will answer that in a second. Let me just finish this fight. I don't want to, like, screw up and suddenly find that I've died after having done this boss fight. But it is a question I've been asked before and that I have not had a chance to answer. Well, have a good night, Zappy. Leviathan should be dead in a second. At least I'm hoping so. Okay, that's well timed again. Oh, Volpop, that's interesting. I didn't know that. That Kane had a chanting animation. Interesting. Maybe they had plans for like a redemption arc with him, and he'd become like, you know, and he'd gain like white magic powers to like represent his change. Well, that would have been interesting. They did cut the script down considerably, so yeah, it's always a possibility. Are you dead, Leviathan? I'd really appreciate your HP would be depleted by now. Okay, ooh, need that Kiraga. That's for certain characters. Subledger, that's a good point. You know, his own subjects are being used to fight him. Well, they're under our command. They decided to follow us. Ugh, again, this guy has quite a bit of HP. And Rose has enough HP to keep curing us. That's true, Subledger. He gets all that white equipment by the end. Yeah. Could have been part of the original script. And maybe that's the influence that they used for the after years. It's always a possibility. Okay, heal. Theodore. Theodore was, yeah, not what I'd name, my kid. I guess it's supposed to be Theodore, in a way, I guess? I don't know. I always figured if they made a 4 sequel, it would be about Rydia and Edge's kid. I always thought that would have made for, like, the more interesting game. Like having this part ninja, part summoner. It's not a combination we've ever seen before. So, like, just getting Cecil's kid, that felt like the expected sequel. That's, like, the easy idea. Charlie Fox, can you imagine the summons like fighting Bahamut, being like, "I'm so sorry, I swear I worship you," you know, while they're being used against him. It's like, I'm totally a fan and look up to you. Meanwhile, they're like doing like massive damage to him, which is funny because you know you're kind of spamming Leviathan against him. My gosh, this guy has so much HP. Ooh, there we go. Yes, got him. Oh, very, very happy. Okay. Oh, there we go. Ooh. I would say the worst of it is over. Very thankful for that. Okay, and we now have Leviathan, and I feel very good about myself. Ready to learn Leviathan. Yeah, this one-speed active run has been something, but you know, I do recommend this experience. You know, it's definitely more difficult than normal speed, but you know, it is worth it. And let's get into Rosa. Get us out of here. Whew, okay, let's go heal. Alright, back to the Purple Dwarven Town. Ugh. That was admittedly a bit exhausting. Those 2 dungeons in a row. Because the thing is, like, if you do them after a certain point, you lose Kane for a while. And Kane is like, you know, he's kind of useful to have around to go after those summons. And if you don't do them now, you pretty much won't be able to do them again until like close to the end of the game. So it's really like to get the most use out of them, to make use of them now. Here we go. Just want to sort everything. We'll need to sell some stuff, so let's do that. Sell, you know what, sell stack of 10. I don't think I'll ever need the holy arrows. I don't think they ever become something that is useful to me. Won't need the mallet. You know, we can heal all statuses at this point. Avenger I'll hold on to. First Berserk. Let's sell the black robe. Sell the white robe. You know what? I never really use these fangs, so like, I'll sell a few of them. I don't think I run into any mage types that really necessitate a mage masher, but I'll hold on to it and like check my notes and the wiki and stuff later, just to make sure. I don't want to throw out anything by, you know, total accident. Don't really need eye drops. At this point, remedies get the job done for you, or you know, you can just have Rosa do it. Yeah, you know what? You know, we'll keep the antidotes, the echo herbs, not really necessary. We're done with frogs for the game. Thank you for joining the Ribbit stream. But we're pretty much done with the frogs. Yeah, I think we're, and I don't even think we need the silencing arrows, but I'll hold on just in case. Don't mean to hoard things, but, I don't want to sell anything that would be necessary. Okay. Let's go. Yeah, Subledger, I've always wanted to try both Batman and Robin games. For the Super Nintendo and for the Genesis. Kinda weird how Batman has, like, armed with, like, 1,000,000 Batarangs in those games. Okay, and our next destination is here. Let's, save. And I'll do a save for the Retron, and let's go. This is the Sealed Cave. No, whoops. Gotta use the key. Wait, did I even talk to the king? I'm pretty sure that I did. You know what? I didn't talk to the king. All right, quick trip back to the castle. No enemies. I do not want to fight anything called a blood bud. Does not sound healthy. Thankfully, castle is right here. Yeah, Charlie, Zappy's a funny guy. Bit of a character. Okay, there we go. Let's trigger this cutscene. How did it go? Well, you know, I beat the King of the Summons. Went through this really weird bog place, met some sylphs. Golbez is trying to force open the sealed cave. But we should go get the crystal. Wouldn't it be safer it was locked up there and we maybe guarded the door? But okay. And we receive the key. Yeah, Speed 1 is such an interesting experience. I'd like to do the same with Final Fantasy V, but 5 is a much harder game, even on base speed, on like regular speed. Final Fantasy V is a pretty difficult game. The fights go by very quickly. They're like samurai battles. The next thing you know, someone is dead. So yeah, I'm considering it. I think I'd really have to do some research in order to do that one. Not that I didn't research this game, but I basically researched, you know, the base amount to make sure I did this with general optimization. With a 5 run at 1 speed, I'd really want it optimized. Subledger maybe, because I know this dungeon plays with exit quite a bit, in that you can't use it. I do like these ropes here, how you can like travel across them. Always a neat idea. Let's see. Ooh, it's a door. It's a trap door. It's going to search. It's going to search Rydia. It uses 9th Dimension, which is an insta-kill. Okay. Yeah, let's bring Rosa back. Let's bring Rydia back. Oh man, the 1 speed is really making things really chaotic here. Ooh, man, this is bad. I may have to turn down the speed for this. That's how like fast he's going. Okay, let's see if we can get this in time if I'm too slow. Yes, I got it. Okay. Watch this. 9th Dimension reflects, and he kills himself. That's pretty much the easiest way to get rid of the doors. Obviously, it's a little more easier to do on lower speeds because, like, he isn't attacking that fast. But as you can see, you know, it is a worthwhile strategy. You're not there just attacking him. Basically, you gotta see who he's gonna use 9th Dimension on, and cast Reflect on them. And if you do so, you will profit. Got some treasure chests. Ether, well enough. Yeah, Vopop, what other games have enemy doors? That's a good question. I'm sure there are others. It's Ninja, Flame. Since Edge did attack first. Yeah, 9th Dimension, you know, it has a unique sound effect. I'm always up for unique sound effects. They make something that, so, you know, really feel like it has its own identity. It's one of the reasons I love Chrono Trigger so much. Like, all the SFX in that game, almost all of them, are like things you would like never see in anything else. That did good damage. Yeah, let's summon Mist. Some low MP damage. Just want to pull up a... Where is it? Whoops. Did not realize my turn came up. I'm gonna try to not fight too many doors. try is the key word here, because who knows what will happen. Because I don't remember exactly which ones are like lead to items and which ones don't. Not something the game tells you, of course. Do you fight burning doors in FF6? I know you fight a fire something while you're in there. This vampirist. Even after all that experience, these guys are giving me a bit of trouble. Okay, let's heal. Ooh, Kane took some damage there. Alright, that's good enough. Let's be off. Kotetsu, again, I believe the Kikuichi, because they do account for you choosing to come here before the side dungeons, just in case. So any equipment found here will be weaker than what we have. So yeah, a little less exciting because of that, but it is what it is. Vampire bats. Yeah, the annoying things about these guys are that they kind of attack constantly. I should have used the magic attack. Yeah, Vopop, they do look very Castlevania, the vampiresses. Oh shoot, Jacob, I didn't even notice that. I wasn't even, like, paying attention. Yeah, I'll see if I have something else I can switch him out to. Maybe I should have kept an Ice Lance. That probably would have been a decent idea. Or I think he could use the Ogre Killer. Yeah, I'll see what I can do. Let's use Fire here. Any games later this year you guys are looking forward to? It's a bit of a thin list. Trying to think what I might be interested. Trying to look forward, see what I might be interested in. Not too many RPGs this year. Mostly I'm looking forward to the Steam sale. I guess it will be next week, right? The 25th? Because there are a few things I've had my eye on. Even though it's not that good, I've been really deep into Front Mission. And I've never tried the 3D action game. So yeah, gonna give that a shot. Assuming that it's on sale. Another trapdoor. Okay, Cecil's dead. Let's get ready with Reflect. There we go. No! Wow. That came in slow. Ooh, this might be bad. Yeah, this is a little, Okay, hopefully that will work. It does, thankfully. Oh yeah, Bravely Default 2. That I am absolutely looking forward to. That is yeah, that is definitely like on my watch list. Big Bravely fan, really like the mechanics. Basically the inheritor to Final Fantasy V. So yeah, I'm hoping that turns out good. Whatever connection it has to the original games, I hope it turns out well. I liked Bravely Default 2 a lot. I love that game. I know some people didn't, but I thought it was excellent. Yeah, Medicare, I've been playing mostly older stuff too. Trying to get through the parts of the SNES library that I really want to. And Genesis library as well. Hold on, just want to check something. Because again, these guys are quite tough. Hold on. Yeah, neither of these lead to chests, so I'll move past them. Ether. I think we're pretty decent levels for where we are at this point. That leads there. Let's go down to get this chest. yeah, Vopop. There's been talks about the next Etrian Odyssey. No, Charlie Fox, it's not a port. There's Bravely Default 2 and there's Bravely Second. As confusing as that sounds, they're two different games. Bravely Second is a direct sequel to Bravely Default, and Bravely Default 2 takes place in like another dimension. You know, it's square numbering. Square rolls how Square rolls when it comes to its numbering. But yeah, back to Etrian Odyssey. Yeah, I'd love a new one. They said they're kind of working out how it would work on a console, because you know you can't make those games. You know, those games really worked because of the dual screen mechanic, and without it, they kind of have to figure something out. Because you know you're no longer able to draw on the screen like you used to. Necessary. Whoops. Oh, no. Oh, a little comedic spin there from Cecil. Let's go Phoenix down. Let's shimmy across this ledge. Let me just check to... Oh, that's because of the Kingdom Hearts timeline is confusing. That's the truth of it. This door does not have anything, but this door does. Alright, hoping for a quick Rosa. Alright, trying to preempt him there a bit. Reflect. Alright, Rosa, come on. Yes! Yeah, I'm looking forward to if Atlas or Nisa has anything. We shall see. Nisa can be a mixed bag, of course. Yes, Rosa. Kiraga. Let's move forward. And we get a light sword. Let's give it to... Not sure if it's better or worse. Yeah, the Defender is better. Again, it really did pay to go to those side dungeons. Kane has the... Yeah, oh, Kane has quite a few options. No. Okay, the Ogre Killer it is. And we head on. Okay, this door has stuff as well. Yeah, without knowing where's what, you know, it can be a bit frustrating. Fighting these trapdoors over and over again. These trapdoors can summon stuff too. I'm surprised they haven't. Okay, come on, Rosa. Yes. Ooh, didn't revive Kane in time. And you're dead. Rosa leveled up. Edge leveled up. Cool. Alright, Kane, time to get up. Can't lay on the floor there forever. Okay, let's get some stuff. How are you all doing? Hanging in there? Alright, we have a Naga Raja and a Marilith. Yep. Basic enemies. Again, the stuff here is like much easier and requires a lot less stress than the last 2 dungeons we did. Oh, it's almost a break really outside of the doors. Yeah, there's a lot of crossover between the team that did Octopath and Bravely. Not one-to-one, I think. I'd have to look it up again. But, yeah, there is crossover. They do have the same producer. I like Octopath, but I really do feel like they need to talk to Yuji Horii on how to make a, you know, how to make a party more interesting once they come together. Because I feel like with the remakes of Dragon Quest IV, he solved that problem by like using party chat from Dragon Quest VII. And I feel like, you know, the lack of interaction between them towards the end was a bit of an issue. Yes, Wolsey did not call it Carrie. I do wonder what the story behind some localization names are. Carrie is an odd one. Menaker, you mean the reflecting? Yeah, you could. Yeah, Vopop, this is the fan translation. Actually, Woolsey, oh, Charlie, I'm so sorry, I'll get that in 1 second. Woolsey did not translate the Final Fantasy IV localization. In fact, that was the game he looked at and was horrified by because he hated that translation. Even though he himself was not a perfect translator. But okay, Charlie, my Bilbo and Winona question. That will receive a partial answer right now, but on one hand, the Bilbo is one of Bilbo Baggins from The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings is one of my favorite characters of all time, and I really like the name Bilbo. I think it's an interesting name, and so what I've kind of done is I've kind of come up with sort of fictional characters. Whoops, that Phoenix Down came too early. Fictional characters in my head that are named Bilbo, Winona, Macaroni, and things like that. And I kind of have this story in my head how they're actually like all the same characters playing through, who are essentially embodying these people in every game I play. And I kind of have, you know, an internal lore and story about them, about why that is and what their goals are. And Bilbo and Winona are basically like my fanfiction couple. And so every time, you know, I name someone Bilbo and Winona, they're basically the same people again and again. So yeah, that's kind of the story. There are more details to it, which I will detail in a video one day. I do have sort of this very strange idea for a video that's about that, and that's also about why I like blank slate characters, despite the fact that not everyone does. Defense or strength? But yeah, I'll do a full video on it and like the entire lore about what goes on in my head one day. I'll go for more defense, that's fine. Edge kinds of need it. Does sort of need it. Drakenzan sort of. They are sort of role-playing. Yeah, True Alfarius. You know, I came up with that idea before I read the first Wheel of Time book. The only one I've read, I kind of don't like Robert Jordan's writing style. His ideas are interesting. I'll give him that. But I'm not the biggest fan of his style. Wait, who? Oh no, he ninth dimensioned the person who I want to be ninth dimensioned the least. Let's prepare the Phoenix Down for whoever he goes for. Actually, I don't want to do it too fast. And hopefully Rosa is up next. No? And he will target King. I am a bigger fan of other fantasy novels, though. I do like Robert Jordan stuff. Wait, what happened there? I think King died before the Reflect could get on him? Ooh, wasting them Phoenix Downs there. I should have bought more. Right, let's prepare the Reflect. Alright, come on, Rosa. No! Oh, gosh, this is going poorly. I wish to Reflect would, like, move on to someone else. That would be nice. At least I know they'd be reflected from now on. Okay, Rosa, reflect yourself. Oh, come on. Oh, this guy is being irritating. Okay. Alright, Rosa, please get your turn again. Thank you. The worst part is that after this is the save. Oh my gosh, this guy is so fast. This is not good. Gonna have Rosa haste herself. Just in case this goes bad, I'm gonna start attacking him. Oh man, this is really... Yeah, this one is going a bit faster than the others. Yeah. Okay, well, that Leviathan worked out. Definitely the other option. Cecil doesn't have Raise, does he? No, he doesn't. Oh, my last Phoenix down. That is not good. Let's raise Rosa. And yeah, I don't think I have to fight trapdoors after this. I think I'm pretty good. At least I think so. No, not what I wanted to do, game. It's okay, ethers are pretty abundant and even will soon be buyable, so I'm not worried about using them. Yeah, Jacob, that could be a solution. But I'm gonna try to avoid fighting them from now on, though I'm not sure if that's a possibility. Actually, why am I healing? There's a save point in here. Oh, okay. That was a duh moment for me. Okay, yeah, pant it up. Alright, fair enough. Fist pump. Let's just check. I'm gonna use one more tent. At this point, cottages really do replace tents, but I don't want them to go to waste. So, just gonna waste them out here, because they don't heal fully, your HP and MP. The cottages do, however. So at this point, they're a little less potent. Alright, let's save. And, I believe I go down here. Nope, that goes down to a place I don't want to go to. I'm gonna run from this fight, actually. That's funny, Jacob. Not wanting to spend money and equipment on your people. But yeah, you know, I know that, you know, it's not a thing with a lot of modern JRPG fans, but I do like coming up with your own ideas for the characters. Though at the same time, I wouldn't mind some JRPGs adopting a few Western ideas. Like Dragon Quest could do, you know, with more, sort of like dialogue choices for, you know, the main character. It wouldn't hurt, and I think it would help in a 3D game with a blank slate character. checking something. Alright, I have one trapdoor left. Hopefully, hopefully he won't be mean to me. At least I'm hoping so. They put the save point pretty far back from the boss here. Okay, Vamp Fang. Let's head on down. Light... I know I picked up a light veil earlier. Don't usually use it. Gives them reflect. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I don't usually do this, but I'm out of Phoenix Downs and I don't like wasting anyone's time. But here we go. That's why I made a save right there. Item, light veil. Yes! Oh my gosh, that worked out perfectly! I can't believe that worked! Oh my gosh! Oh, that is an awesome moment! So I had Edge use the light veil, which casts Reflect. The guy just happens to cast Reflect on him and bounces it back. Oh, that's awesome! Okay, that was pretty satisfying. I'm very happy with myself right now. Alright. Almost up to the boss. I'll consider putting it in the video, even if I don't mention what exactly happens there. You know, I might have to sneak it in there somehow. Oh, that was quite satisfying. Okay, let's head down. There's nothing in that door. Oh well, at least we got another Phoenix down, so that's it's fairly nice. Huh, I thought I was at the boss at this point. That's right, the thing goes all the way down there. We have a silent spell. Let me just check something. Okay, nothing in that door. Yeah, and we're good. We're just gonna go fight the boss now. Alright, this boss can be a little bit worrisome. Okay, Cecil. I'm going to put the Avenger on him. It's a little weaker, but it auto-berserks him, and it means I don't have to worry about him. And he's doing extra damage right from the get-go. Alright. Oh, there is a save here. Okay. Well, tent it up. Yes, Subledger, that I know of. I do know that there was a skip within the crystal room. Yeah. Now I remember it. The B4F. No, not there. Ugh. You just go around the room then. Again, been a while since I've played this game, but I think I've done fairly well up until now. The worst part is that we kind of have to walk out of here afterwards. And finally, the crystal room. Oh, one more trapdoor. Right, okay. I'm going to just cast Reflect on somebody random. Summon Leviathan. And hopefully that will work out for me. Oh, well, you know, Berserk Cecil really paying dividends there. Oh no! It's the worst thing that he could have summoned. Yeah. There's a bit of damage. Let's, You can use hold on him, I believe. Let's see if it works. Okay. We're good. That wasn't too tough. Alright, Edge. Break time is over. Let's use items to avoid using Rosa's MP. Okay. Yeah, Subledger, this boss on 1 speed's gonna be interesting. And here we have a Dark Crystal. Okay, that wasn't too bad. I'm sure nothing will happen now. Alright. I have a plan for this. Hopefully it works. And here it comes, the Demon Wall. Oh man, here it comes, coming in pretty fast. Can I get a turn in? Okay, Silk Web. We're basically just going to throw everything we have at it. Alright, we've slowed it. Don't appreciate that. Oh man, it's coming in quick. Slow, slow, slow. Oh my gosh. It's kind of scary how fast it's coming in. Summon Leviathan. I'd appreciate it if you stopped moving, Wall. You know what? I'm gonna use a Silk Web. Yeah, Geekdom, it's the Wall. Good to have you here, Geekdom, by the way. Oh my gosh. Yeah, there we go. Oh my gosh, he's trying to petrify Rosa. I've never seen him get that far before. Alright, come on, Leviathan. We need the damage now. I do like how it uses different music to show how drastic the situation is. Alright, he's slowed up. I can't remember if there was a 3 limit or not. I could be wrong. But, you know, just in case. Okay, you can do more than 3 times. Alright. Oh my gosh, he petrified Rosa. That has never happened before. It's getting pretty close, guys. It's getting pretty close. You know, Rosa's the real MVP of this fight. She, pays for it with petrification. Golden Needle. Oh my gosh. That thing is coming in quick. Let's, haste Cecil. Ooh, it's gonna be a close one, guys. Because once he gets past halfway, he starts doing insta-death. My gosh, that petrification. Again, I don't think I've ever... Oh, we got him! Oh, yes! Yeah! Thank you, Rosa. Rosa again, her 4 slows. And a bit of hasting on Cecil. Yep, that worked out. Whew, we did it, guys. We're okay. We're gonna make it through this 1-speed nightmare. Okay, yeah. Fairly healed up. And, yeah. So, interesting thing. If you try to go to Rosa and use exit, it will not work. If you try to use Rydia's warp, it will not work. So the game kind of forces you to walk out of here. It's really annoying. Kind of tired of this place, but it is what it is. I'll try to run from... You know what? I'll run... I'll run just to make things faster for us. Yeah, man, even the walls aren't friendly here. Okay, was hoping I wouldn't have to fight it again. Yeah, you know what? Got that one last tent and I got a bunch of cottages. I should be good. Ooh, yes, good reminder, Menaker. I almost forgot. I'll make sure to do that when we get to the first floor. Let's head up. And yes, exits to the top left. Yeah, oh, you know, ready, right, I'm willing to run. And I'm willing to run here too. Preemptive strike, that's okay. We don't... If I need extra experience, I can do a few fights later. In places that are more abundant, with much more abundant experience points. Come on, Cecil, control. Because in terms of levels, you know, we're pretty good for this point. Even for 1 speed. Oh, you could walk off the plank there. Okay. Well, now I know for the future. Okay, head up. Let's head around. Easy fight. I guess I'll fight it. Whew, how are you guys doing? You know, Volpop, that's not out of the question. You know that Golbez was trying to think outside the box. He was trying to come up with a trick that worked better. And so that he came up with something like that. Another possibility is that it's kind of an ancient security system. That's another idea that I had. That, you know, rather than modern security systems with alarms and guns and things like that, it's like, you know what we should do? We should totally turn this wall into a living being that can crush people. You know, I can see that being ancient medieval fantasy logic. Okay. Gotta go all the way around this room. Oh my gosh. SNES controller. Don't betray me now. Let's keep going. Because we're almost done with today's episode, I just want to do a small thing before we finish up. Because it will make future episodes smoother if I do it now. I came from here, right? Yes. Rosa was just another brick in the wall. That's certainly what it was trying to do. This is the exit, right? Kane, I'm going to require you to... give me your stuff. I really appreciate it. You don't look like you really need it. Yeah, Geekdom, imagine, like, a world where, like, it's a modern fantasy world, so a lot of, like, the medieval fantasy didn't go away. So you have, like, companies like ADT. It's like, call now and we'll install, you know, an enchanted wall in your hallway. Great for stopping burglars. And here we go. Kane, bring your master the crystal. Don't listen to him, Kane. Don't betray us twice in the same game. I'm no longer his puppet. And then he punches us. Oh no, the dark crystal's gone from our inventory. Yeah, you have to say, that's really clever on Golbez's part. Basically letting you do his job for him. Geekdom. Yeah, Home Alone with Home Alone Fantasy Edition. Well, Subledger, I figure Golbez wins either way, because even if we die, we did kind of open the door. So I guess he could have followed in afterwards if necessary. Yeah, Edge is pretty angry. Understandably, he doesn't know the entire story. But let's head back to the castle. Whew. 3 big dungeons in one day, guys. We're almost done. Just something, still something I want to do before we finish. Okay, head into the castle. Now let's break the news to the king. Welcome back. Where's the crystal? One of... explaining things to this king must be so strange. A hand took it, and now this time, one of our friends bailed with it. If I was this king, I'm not sure if I'd have the patience he'd be having here. Alright, and we are told about the lunar whale from Dwarven legend. One born from a dragon's mouth. It's the same legend. And apparently they know of Mysidia. And we are told to hurry for the lunar whale. The way is sealed, but here comes Cid to save the day. And he'll attach a drill to the falcon's bow. Cid, Chief Engineer. Okay, and he will add a drill to the falcon. We don't get a big elaborate comedic... Oh no, we do get a big elaborate comedic cutscene. The girls are just kind of watching it all go on. The actual Farius lunar whale blew my mind the first time as well. Like, it coming out of the sea, the design, everything. And here's Edge trying to impress Rydia and Rosa. It's always nice how they use the sprites to sort of express a little bit of a story with levity, to lighten up the game a little. A lot of heavy things happen in this game, but Sakaguchi balances them well. And Tokita, have to always give the both of them credit. This game would not have been what it was without both of them. And we seem to be ready. Fist bump. And Cid has overworked himself once more. Yep, Charlie Fox, I was about to do just that. The rising of the whale is actually the trigger for it to be being completed. Well, Edge admits, Cid was great. Well, thank you, Cid. Whoops, skip that. He decided to take care of Rydia. Alright. Now let's go. Head back upstairs. Am I healed? No, I'm not. Can use the inn quickly. Whew, cooling down from all the boss fights and dungeons. The game isn't that hairy until the final dungeon, which does have a few interesting bosses, which can be a bit of trouble. I don't think Odin will be too bad. And it's not like you have to fight a bunch of enemies to get to him. So you can it's basically easy to retry him over and over. So yeah, let's do what Charlie... Oh, whoops, airship. Here we have a nice drill. Now let's head down here. This is Kokol, I believe it's called. Kokol's Forge. Pretty large dwarven forge here. Home of the world's greatest blacksmith, Kokol. But he lost his confidence. I know that there's some stuff in the pots here. There's a remedy. Helpful. Excuse me. Let's head over here. And an elixir. Very useful. Come on, come on. Get out of my way. Ugh. If only this was Saga 3 and you could just jump over them. Oh, I believe Edge and Rydia are supposed to be around the same age. That's why the game essentially ships them. That's right. Okay, we talked to him. We have to give him the adamantite. Okay, yeah, we'll do that when we get back to the surface. I forgot, you give the rat's tail, you give the rat's tail to the guy on the surface, but okay. I meant to show that off earlier anyway, so that's fine. Let's drill our way back, no, not land, drill our way back to the surface. Yes, Subledger, the guy who made Saga 3 and Mystic Quest were the same person. So the ideas kind of carry over from one game to the other. A lot of things in Saga 3 carry over to Mystic Quest. Alright, and we are on the surface. So there are two things we mainly want to do. First off, let's head northwest. And no, don't land on the castle, you'll be crushing people to death. And we're in Fabul, so let's head up one of the towers, if I remember how to get up there. And let's head up this way, up the steps. Almost there. And here we have Yang's wife. Yep, we let her know that Yang is indeed alive and in the underworld. Yep, them onions, right? Ninjas cutting them onions. Whack that lazy bum with this, and we get the frying pan. And, I wonder if they kept in the description. Where is it? Frying pan. I know it's here somewhere. My inventory is certainly overloaded right now. Oh, there it is. Okay, only the PSP version and the GBA have the description. It says it's a frying pan made of love. Alright, that's one of the two things that I wanted to do quickly. And, yeah, okay. For some reason I thought the door was there. So now, just completing a little bit of side stuff before we move on. Very important stuff. This stuff is going to help by the end of the game. We want to travel this way, and, yes, down here. There's Baron. We'll do Odin next episode. Already been through quite a bit in this one. I want to get the old airship. Again, the same problem with Final Fantasy 3. 3 airships, all with different functionalities. Let's head, I believe it's north of here? No, that's Baron. That's Mysidia. I think it's all the way this way, is it? Yes. Okay. So let's put the hovercraft there. It's the last use of the hovercraft in the game. And we gotta head across these rocks. How does this work? There we go. Head across the rocks. No, I think I have to go down here. There we go. And this is the Adamantite Grotto, where we have 2 dwarfs. Or midgets, yes. Found a strange ore here. But he collects animal tails as a hobby. That, of course, is, typical hobby, you know. I don't want to talk to you unless you have a tail for me. Oh, well, you know, it's completely normal. I'm not going to judge him for that. But let's hand him the rat tail. And he will give us the adamantite in return. And he fist bumps. Oh, well, that's the only tail I have, guy. Oh, Brandon, I will look up that mix. Always looking for Final Fantasy IV mixes. The ones that are really accurate to the game, by Malcolm Robinson Music, I highly recommend those guys. Malcolm Robinson, he basically takes orchestral samples and makes orchestral versions of the Final Fantasy IV soundtrack. But they feel like the game perfectly translated into symphony. They don't sound any different or like any other interpretation. They sound like exactly like what they should be. Does an excellent job. Again, it's Malcolm Robinson Music. Right, let's land here, and now we can give the adamantite to this guy. Let's head up the stairs here. Alright, guy, no reason to be lazy anymore. I've got your adamant. I like how the music goes silent. And he takes the legendary sword, which he is going to reforge into a much better blade. Basically Cecil's second best weapon in the game. I love how he's jumping around like that. It's pretty funny. He's like, yeah! My life is together again. Lally-ho, boss looks so happy. Come back later. Yes, the trigger is the rising of the lunar whale. Oh no, don't tell me you're moving down here. Ugh, come on. Okay, so there are basically there's one more thing we're gonna do in this episode to just cap it off, because I think after all of that hard work, we all deserve to watch the rising of the lunar whale. Now, another thing that can be done to get the Sylph summon and to get the best throwing item for Edge in the game is basically, let me go get my better airship. But to get the best stuff, you have to go through the Sylph Cave again. But I am not going to subject you to that. I am not going to make you do that. So what I'm going to do is, in between episodes, I'm going to do that myself, and then I'll start the next episode, starting with us there, hitting Yang in the head with a frying pan, because you all deserve to watch Yang get in the head with a frying pan because of how many fake deaths he has. So I'm gonna do that in between episodes, and then we'll start their next episode. But for now, we're going to enjoy the rising of the lunar whale. Yes, Odin will be next episode. So next episode we'll begin with hitting Yang in the head, then we'll do Odin, and then we will go to the moon. No, Subledger, you cannot sell the legendary sword. It's like highlighted yellow in your menu, and if you try to sell it, it won't take. And here we go. Everyone's going to pray their heart out for the fulfillment of the prophecy. Ah, love this music. Indeed they have. Oh yeah, this is always such a cool part. And we have our final airship, the Lunar Whale. F in the chat for epileptics. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, Alfarius. The Arc of the Moon. Alright. I'm sure advanced technology kept it from that subledger. A voice calling from the moon. Someone awaits us there. How would we get there? The lunar whale, of course. It allows travel between Earth and the moon. Okay, we were going to leave our maiden flight for the next episode. Basically, next episode, like I said, we will begin with hitting Yang in the head. Because again, I won't make you watch me do that dungeon again. Then we're going to do Odin, then the moon, then the second to last dungeon next episode. Yeah, guys, we are almost done here. So yeah, thank you. I hope that you all enjoyed this episode. It's definitely the most grueling part of the game, but like this video if you have not already, because it actually does help, even though the video is unlisted. Thank you for watching. Yeah, and I guess that's pretty much it. Oh, and follow me on Twitter as well, since I tend to say when I'm streaming on there. Yes, thank you for watching, and God bless you all.